Good morning, good morning, good morning. Getting straight into work today. Um, sort of. It's a little bit later than I like to start, but I just feel like I'm recovering from that 10-hour stream last Friday. Slowly getting back into my groove, but we're back, ready to attack. Let's get into it. So, first thing we want to do is take a look at our friend Pixie. We're going to do some work for her. We have character here, and I got the toon shader all set up, which looks quite good. Look how that looks. Very clean silhouette, honestly. I wonder what's different about that. I may look into trying to recreate that for my own character. Anyway, so what we want to check is the animators, because these okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, there is stuff that seems to be not what we need. We need some sort of hand override. I saw someone setting up this character. I found a tutorial for someone setting up this character, and they had some hand overrides that they were doing. Let's see. Morning, everyone. We need probably just take my template here. Boom, boom. Now we just want to get rid of the layer that I added, so we won't be using that. All right, come on. Angry F. 1, 2, 3. Different varieties of them. So I'm just following this random guy. These I don't. Just confused by those. Don't want to touch them. And these have letters. F. Ah, okay. They must be fist, fist, gun, idle. Aha. Okay. That's what I was missing. Man, they could have just did the actual name. Oh. So I guess idle, standing, fist, angry. We put an idle. Stand here. Angry 2. Gun is sleep, apparently. I don't know. Rock and roll. Surprised. V for victory. So point must be sad. Working on alteration. Yeah. We're figuring it out. It's kind of a guessing game with this this setup here. But also, good morning, Phil. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a good day. I don't know what these are, but I'm just going to add them at this point. Send 1. We'll do point sad 2. Bam, bam. Peace. Rock and roll. I think that's almost all of them. Now we have these dynamic bones. I think there's a converter. Dynamic bone to fizz bone. Converter. Okay. Get. Import. Unity. I spent all weekend messing around with Stable Diffusion, to learning how to use a lot of the newer features. I am quite impressed with that. I don't know if anyone's used the ControlNet stuff that exists. Exists. Stable Diffusion. Yeah, the just is this just a duplicate? There's two versions. The avatar. Oh, yeah, 'cause this is a prefab, so it was hide it. But yeah, the ControlNet stuff is wild. I don't think I've used any of those yet. It's really good. It's like it really bridges the drawing and the um, uh, AI side of things. I'll maybe do a little video on it sometime. I can't really load up Stable Diffusion when I'm streaming. They don't. They don't. They're not very compatible with my crash-prone computer. um, so we'll get rid of that prefab for now. Oh wait, these don't even do it. That's right. Just double check that video. Set up any eyes. Yeah, you can pretty much just do straight up. I mean, like drawing something that makes a pic based on it and a prompt. Yes, but the ControlNet, like you could use image to image in the past, but ControlNet's kind of it's a much more powerful version of feeding it drawings. Um, like where you can really retain the style of your own drawings. Um, did you set up odds? Did you set up? No. All right. So no eyeballs. No eyeballs. Lip sync's good. Playable layers are good. Body. All right. We'll mirror the eyeball position too. But yeah, I'm going to be using that all the time. Stable Diffusion. I've been thinking about it. It's like, oh, I've been doing all the like my sketch commissions and stuff, or not commissions, but sketch requests. I was like, I should just combine that with Stable Diffusion because it yields some interesting results. I'm gonna now just put in the gesture. Yeah. X. Save. and play. I think I need to buy a capture card soon so I can actually get my actually be able to like move, adjust. That don't look quite right. Those ears don't move at all. Just stay. Everything's frozen. All right. Um, oh, yikes. All the fizz bones are actually on the objects. Hmm, fuck. I'll never understand things that adding the fizz bones directly to the bones. Like, that's such a boneheaded move. Because if you ever change them, they break. Foolish. Foolish. All right, I'm going to back up. I'm going to delete this character. We're going to bring back in the PC version. How far can I back up? Okay, not far enough. Oh no, perfect. Yes, you're still here. Give me this one. Because all the dynamic bones are right here. That's what I want. So can we just convert these? Grabbable posing is animated. Limits. Add offset. Places it on the selected avatar. Vision. Sharp posing. Um, Damping. I forget what that means, but we'll figure it out. This is from dynamic to fizzbones, right? Let's just try it. See what happens. So just removed those and it's still put them on the bones. Okay, that's not that great. I am not enthused about that. All right. Annoying. I'm gonna remove this. Pipeline. So we have the dynamic bone. I just want to hit play and see what it looks like right now. Oh, doing what? Yeah, so let's talk about making my want to use my that's really looks like right now? Really? Just that floppy? I don't believe that. PRC space Fizbone. And references, let's see. Remove component. PRC Fizbone. PRC Fizbone. Sometimes you should be able to search components. But maybe there were not. No, there's still one. Convert. Convert. Ha. Hidden. Okay, I don't see any Fizbones. Play again. There we go. So it is very soft movement, but it's certainly not like what we were seeing there. What is your ranking right now? 4. Because you're using dynamic bones, of course. Okay. But they should be automatically converted. All right, we got to do it one at a time. Easy peasy. Is there another Fizbone converter? That's what we used last time. So we'll convert your Fizbones and colliders to dynamic bones. That's not what. Yes. Yes. Oh, it just has an autofix? How did I not notice that? Gimme. 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 Yeah. Play. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, so that seems to be the best attempt. And really, what I would assume it is just that there's no. Doesn't seem like there's any pull at all. At all. So I'm going to move this up a little bit. Actually, can I select all? Oh. Okay. Let's just play around with one of them, see what kind of settings we can get. This is the ear L. Should be this one, left ear. So we want to just see what it looks like. Boom. So things move, but don't return to their position, which is not good. So I'm thinking all we really need something like that. Why is it so laggy? Almost like that. Almost. I think what the problem is, it's just gone to. Oh, this one has multiple curves. Interesting. Let's see, but yeah, but now there's some stiffness. We'll just turn that up a little bit, 0.25. So that's too much. 0.1. That looks quite similar. So what we do is we move this up to 0.25, and then set this to 0.1. We're going to do that for all of them. Boom. 1. Boom. Point. Boom. 1. Boom. 1. That's it. Play. What do we got now? I'd say it looks pretty close to what it was before. Clearly the avatar is working. Let's go to gesture manager. And we want to do some expressions. Fist. The face is not the movie. Should be getting some sort of movement from any of these. Why is that happening? Pipeline, avatar descriptor. That's set up. Playable layers. That would do it. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. And prefab this. Prefab variant. Never mind. Delete that. Let's make a original prefab of this. Perfect. So now, try to play one more time, test those expressions. Animator. The animations are not in there. Must have undone that with my Control Z. All right, easy to fix. Go back here. Bam. Animation. Let's do one at a time. Angry for fist. Angry for fist. Gun gets the sleepy. There's no O, but P for point. Sad. Sad. Piece is V. Rock and roll. It's got to be one of these. Gun we already did. Thumbs up would be this one. Then, of course, we have idle, standing. Sure, let's see. Let's see that. All right, now we can click the gesture manager and click this step. And still nothing's happening. Gonna cry. Come on, we updated this one. Yep. Still some default ones in there, but that shouldn't affect anything. Do I have this set to FX layer? I do not. Let's try that again. Fuck it, let's get rid of these. Hit play. Gesture. Oh, actually, in order to do it that way, I do need to take the animator and drop it onto the character. Play. All right, so the animation's working. Good. Obviously, the animations should work. Otherwise, we'd be in trouble. So, those are working. Just thinking it through. What wouldn't be working? It has to do something with the transitions. In here. Or is it that they're looping? They loop. Let's just change just one. Just this one. Loop time. Back to parameters. Press play. There we go. All right, so the problem seems to be that they're looping. If they weren't looping, they'd be fine. So go in, turn off loop. Because they're not animated, there's no like blinking or anything, so I don't quite understand the need to make it loop anyway. As long as you're in that state, or well, it could have been set up for a very different thing back in the day, because this avatar is old enough that it's gone through a few different variations. This one. Hello, Kami. Hello. How you doing? None of them have right defaults on. It's one of your earlier avatars? No. This is someone's looking for some assistance getting this avatar retrofitted. Older avatars. Older avatar. You'll see this one a lot in VR chat. Not a lot, but it's a popular avatar. Default. Neutral. Wait. Okay, good. Maybe that was it. Let's play one more time. You know what? Let's back up. Layers. Control Z. Add that back. Okay. I'm going to delete this one more time. Hello, Pixie. Hello, hello. Hey. Delete that one. Go back to this one. Template. Effects layer. Duplicate. Move that up. Drop it in here. And we'll actually put it into this flare here. Bam. All right, so now that I've done that, now we're just going to drop them in here directly. Bam. Angry. Did you find a newer? No, I did not. I did not. So this is from scratch. Seems to be the best way to do it. Bam. So gesture right equals 1. Sad. There's a few sads. We got sad 1, 2, and 3. Seems to me that they have to be set to the point gesture. Just P for point. And point is 3. So sad equals 3. gesture right equals 3. And this one will be gesture left and right equal 3. Bada boom. Okay, so we've got all 3 of those set up. We'll have to go remember to go through the transition time. Also change this order so that sad 3 is above the other sads in this order. Good morning, Era. Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're all having a good start to your Tuesday. Can't say start to the week. I ended up just taking a rest day yesterday. I was feeling a little pooped. A little pooped. Happy should be H, which is none of these. So I don't really know what these refer to. Little H. H for what? Oh, right now we have it gesture right equals 4. This one we'll swap out for one of these other ones. Sleep. Confusion. Hello there, Kaiser. Welcome. Actually, let's put in press here. Bam. Smile. Okay, so that's pretty much all the expressions. Fusion will switch with speechless. What all he got in the dock this week looks like another avatar. So it's just a conversion of a prepackaged avatar. So we're gonna wrap this up probably right now, and then we'll be working on the VTuber for you, and then in the afternoon we're gonna be working on Pixel. Pixel has some changes to be made, and then tomorrow we'll work on a Reku's VTuber and start a new avatar. Learned how to read topology with Instant Mesh, and then to bake high-res faces on new low poly. Great results. But my laptop baked 2048 image for 5 minutes. That can happen. That can happen. Are you baking in a Blender? Yes, in Blender. How much third-party programs accept Instant Mesh? Gotcha. I think if I remember correctly, with baking, you can turn down your uh, uh, sampling amount a decent ways, which may speed it up. Baking still can be quite intensive, though. Why isn't this affecting anything? No, Unity. This avatar classifies an avatar as best performance, like lowest visual memory usage. Usually no. This one is ranked as good, which is very good performance. um, but usually the most, like the best performant avatars are the ones for Quest. So, like, in terms of just how it's being used on the PC, um, this is very good. Like, you would want to be in that good or excellent range, which is usually what I shoot for with my commissions. Um, but that being said, uh, the performance is really a reflection of just how big it is in terms of file size. So you could have you could upload if you uploaded nothing, which you can do for avatars. Technically, that would be the most performant avatar in terms of performance. What low polygon? But it's kind of interesting because you can do that. You can actually just upload invisible avatars to VR chat. It's kind of fun. You just walk around. If people have icons on, they'll always know where you are. But if you have a fallback of an invisible avatar, then people just can't see you. Which is funny. That's why I was just got detached somehow. Hmm. Let's make sure to apply this. Then let's add that gesture manager back. All right, that's working. We go to gestures. Yay. Frickin' finally. Point. Sad. Very sad. That's cute. Like slow sink into it. Uh, that's not good. These ones are looping. That's a problem. Or they're transitioning to themselves. Either way, not what we want. I think I turned off looping for almost all of these. Yeah, so it has to be the transition setup. So let's go in here, exit play mode, then neutrals working fine. So for gesture left, using the ones, finger one, two, right? But the transition time's so long. So let's get all our transition times to be the same. Debug. Can transition to self. No. Pretty sure we want no for that. Five. So we want an exit time, but we don't want it to be a fixed duration. If it needs to speed up, should be able to. All right, plug in. Gesture manager. All right. Ah, I'm in the debug. That's fine. Ba, 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 ba. Bam. Fist. Oops. Okay. So we do want transition to self. Select them all again. Debug. Doop. Can transition to self. Awesome. Normal. Save. Again. Bit surprised it is. Avatar seems relatively easy with dress and arms and guns, cylinders, feet, and sleeves, but guess the rest is still apparently advanced enough. Still might be a bit tough on memory. Well, one thing to keep in mind is VRChat's ranking system um, comes out to more than just memory. So they're also looking at the amount of fizz bones you have. Um, I think, which is what I think puts the character in a good ranking. So sad, cute. Still flickering. We want it to go into that state, but not flicker. So something about it is it's still coming back to itself. Um, something about the state. Settings. But now we do have can transition to self. Interruption source should be next state, I think, because kind of like the small jumping and the sad eyes. I mean, we can just leave it as is. Um, I won't do too many. I won't make new animations for this as it is, but um, I will make sure that the animation transitions are working properly. Oh, am I changing all these? That's what I thought. Okay, so I do have to go to debug to change them. Can transition to self. Yes, otherwise it loops back to neutral at least once. So it does need to be able to transition to itself. But for the fixed duration or interruption source, it should be the next state. Let me look that up really quick. Unity interruption source. Transition properties. Determines whether the current transition can be interrupted by other transitions independently of their order. Transition can have a single condition, multiple conditions, da, da, da. We already know that. Here's the transitions from the current state. Let's try this one more time, and we'll just turn on ordered interruption. Play. Normal. Still shaking. Like, it does look nice, but it's doing this for that. It's just idle state. Oh, interesting. If it was the animation state, I would expect the eyes to be also to be shaking. As everything moves, it's just the eyes that are shaking? Let me review this. Oh, okay. No, I'm just confused. These do have animation values. Or these have an animation range, I should say. So if we go here. Animator. Well, if that's the case, everything's working fine then. We just might want to slow them down a little bit. Well, I mean, that's how they're in. That's how they come. All right, perfect. Well, I'm going to go ahead and export this. Everything seems to be working just fine. And we'll get this over to you, Pixie. And I'll send you the tutorial that I found that kind of gave me some insight into how this avatar works. So if you have questions, that should help. And then we also need to include, not that, the some sort of Unity toon shader. I think it's this one, too. All right, let's just try this. Export package. And so I just want to include everything. No, don't include everything. Just this one. That's annoying. So I need to be able to double check this, and this is not using Unity Chan. Unity Chan. Show select shader. Okay, yeah, it's still in this folder. So we want toon, and I think that's it. Just these two. Okay, perfect. Export packages. And yeah, so I basically made a scene that you can just go into, and you should be able to upload the avatar. Dated. Oh, good. I don't know why I closed Unity, but I did. So we're gonna need to right now. Con, kun. That means friend, right? It's a sign of familiarity. And I'll just send this to you over Discord. Let's lose track of you on my list. There. Boom. All right. File name. I thought it was a yeah. Con is the file name. Hey, no problem. No problem at all. Enjoy. Oh, and let me send you that tutorial. Then stream copy paste. Bada So that tutorial helped me because it was like about customizing this avatar. But yeah, basically the difficulty just came from the fact that this avatar came out before some of the changes in VR chat. All right. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna make a VTuber. All right. So, for our boy, Era. Sorry if you're here. It's just me saying Era a lot. Let's make the prefab variant, and we will call this Era VR Chat. Heavy. Indeed, he is mega detailed. And he's got multiple outfits. We got this cool little me got this cool gold dragon tattoo, which came out super well. Jewelry, all that jazz. It also has a casual outfit. Casual. Create a folder for Era VTuber. And we're going to take this scene, duplicate it, drop in here, change this to VR chat, upload there. Boom. All right. Yeah, the dragon tattoo looks really cool. Thank you. It does kind of complete the face look. I agree. He also has a cool sleeve in his arm. Hopefully, we'll be able to show that later. Excuse me. That turned out so well. Me too. Very pleased with his look. Powerful. Powerful look. So we're going to take the boy. And we're going to say, let me load up my checklist. Good to double check. Blah, 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 our chat to VTuber. Not select make T-pose. Okay. Do not select make T-pose. VRM. Use vector 0. Export uni VRM. Yes. Era. Version 0. Bada boom. Then do not click any of that. Export. When I want new ears and tail, will that mean you need to go through the emotions again? If I do it properly, no. Excited to get it working and go live with it on stream. Absolutely. I'm very pumped about that as well. Correct. Yeah, because I'll just attach them to what's already there. What already exists. Put my checklist on the other side. And okay, so we made the VTuber version right here. Drag out this prefab and it's gonna look jank. But that's good. It's good. Da, da, da. Sorry, thinking. Stinking away. Movie Pro outline. Maybe I could try early outline. Anyway. So instead of using the version it creates, what we're going to do is take all the scripts and move them over to this one. So let's go ahead and unpack the prefab. We'll call this Era VTuber. We can remove these. unpack the prefab again. Thank you. Interesting. Why would that be? Why would it do that? It's a little frustrating because I want it to retain the connection. These other things. It shouldn't need these. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Okay, there we go. I must have clicked something wrong. But yeah, good. We want these to be blue. Because that way, when we make changes to the mesh, they will still be inherited in the VTuber. Which means we can make changes to both the VTuber and the VRChat version at the same time. Big brain. Biggie brain. I wonder if there's a Fizzbone to Springbone converter. That would be cool. VRChat Springbone to Fizzbone. Converter. Nice. So what I understand, the avatar is finished for VR, but you need a few tweaks to make it work for the VTuber model. Correct. Correct. Yeah. So, a lot of the challenge with making 3D content is that you can have pretty much everything made, the model, the textures, the animations, but each piece of software wants that wants to interact with it in a different way. So you have to kind of tweak it a little bit. Standards. Who needs them? I know, right? What's up, Snardom? Happy Tuesday. Thanks for answering. Lol, that does sound annoying. It can be very difficult. And the VRM format for the VTuber stuff has some major difficulties. Meeting time, no. Yeah, like in the past when I was making these, basically if you missed something, you had to restart the process. You had to start it from scratch every time you missed a step. And I was like, it's just so tedious. Thankfully, there's a nice workaround now. But when I was first doing it, that's what you had to do. You just had to restart it. It's pretty bad. It made me very frustrated on more than a few occasions. All right, but now we're transferring our scripts to this version. Component, base component values, component, base component as new, and copy component, base component as new. Bye. For this meeting, I would like to add that prefabs made for VRChat with blend shapes designed for VRChat sometimes broke during conversion. I had to manually go in and delete a lot of things to make my model not have hidden objects stick out that I never used. Gotcha. This was for your other model that you used. Gotcha. So now that we've transferred those, we can go ahead and delete the VRM version. And that's the hack right there. That's the shortcut. Is that basically we make a VRM version, but then we put all the VRM stuff on our VChat version. It still works, which is awesome. The prefab I bought and modified, and parts of it would stick out depending on its settings. That's a bummer. Oh, apologies. Sorry, on. Cannot wait until Sunday when I get home to my Unity Blender PC. OMG. So close. So close. We'll go ahead and rename these Spring Bones. Pen and paper Blender until then. I roleplay Blender. For me, Blender is just theater of mind. True. I got my book with Blender notes. For the tail, if you have trouble, let me know. I can share what I did with my current avatar. Oh, my apologies. Yeah, I'm interested to see what the Spring Bones get up to. They handle it better or differently than a VR chat. Let me rename this to V1. Avatar. I think we want to keep the avatar there. It's just any bone references. Bone reference like this. We want to replace. I need that. Eyeball. I don't even think I want. We'll see. Sometimes the eyes get a little tricky in the VTubers. If it doesn't work, we'll just go to the blend shapes. That should be fine. We do have to add VSF animations. Blend shapes. No, I don't know why I made so many. Delete that. All right, we'll come back to that. For now, the blend shape proxy. It's okay if it's this version. So, this is the nice part of having VR chat. Is just like it does share a lot with when it comes to Viseams and things like that. Easy conversion. Side note, you can add all mouth movements. They expanded the list. Oh, gotcha. Oh. Question for riggers/rigging. Recently, I've looked at the AutoRig tutorial and seen some of the others. People compare it to Rigify and always say something along, but with AutoRig, you can adjust your rig and regenerate it. How is it different from regenerating in Rigify, where you can also adjust the rig and update the control rig? It's just streamlined. So AutoRig will automatically kind of relink everything, make everything, keep it in the same spot. Whereas when you regenerate Rigify, you still have to reattach your mesh. So it maintains, AutoRig maintains those connections. Because yes, you still have that meta rig where you can regenerate the rig from, but it's purely just keeping all the references in place. That is very nice. And additionally, AutoRig Pro will maintain your custom bones. So, say you made custom bones for, I don't know, wings, clothing, this and that. It will keep them as part of your rig. Where I don't think you can do that with Rigify. This is the wrong lookup. We want these ones. V2 lookup. V2 down. Look left. Look right. Look right. Bam. Blinky. Bam. All right. Now let's double check the rest of those VSEAMs. So VSF blend shapes. Ooh. They said all facial motions can be used. Point 13.36. Which version do I have? No way to tell. That sounds about right. Our licenses. Read me. Nvidia 0.89, that's what we have. But which version of VSF are you? Oh, you can use dynamic bones. That's good to know. I may use those instead of the spring bones here. Starting VC phase, V1.13. Okay. So there is a new version out, I think. All right. I should just give us a version number, but it might be too much to ask. Let's see. If I just try to import it, are there any new files? Only refreshes. So, no. Cancel. All right. Good. Just got to double check. Yeah, but let's definitely go back to their blend shapes. So, special blend shapes has special support for certain custom VRM shapes. I just lost that. V.9 Following custom blend shape clips are present on a model. They will be used for audio-based lip sync in addition to the. So, sil, ch, diff. All right. That's they say those things. Interesting. So right now I'm using this blend shape list. It creates them here. If I ever wanted to remake them, could I just copy this entire folder? That would be nice if I could. Because it looks at this one, and then this one probably looks at everything in the folder. All right. No need to do that now, but if I'm going to be creating all these blend shapes in the future, I'll just want to be able to copy and paste them in the future. Okay. So, first one, sil. Next one, chit. D. Then double P. R. Oh, I'm hungry. SS. And TH. I am. Okay. And that should be pretty easy because we already have all of these. I believe wait, is sil just a neutral expression? I would assume so, since it's using the same. Yeah, and then this is S here. Okay, perfect. Voice. Then ch. Then and then f. And then ku. Bam. Boom. Boom. Boop. 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 Nice. Okay. And then, of course, we have the browse up and browse down. The capitalization here is so funny. That's how I want it. A noise. And then there's also a surprise. All right, so that is all of the standard blend shapes. I'm going to go to the restroom. I'll be back. I'm back. I'm back. All right. So now the tricky part. The cloning animations. So animations work oddly. In in here. Basically, we have a few objects, right? We have the object one, two, and whatever. So the parent object can't have an animator, but we can make triggers that set parameters above. Or that just set parameters in general. Interesting. Put animations on bones that can be triggered by proxy blend shapes. Well, the challenge here is the outfits, which I've gotten working in the past, or in previous versions of the VTubers, make them. It looks really good. But they don't interact nicely. They don't interact in a nice way. So how to do that? Hello, absolutely not poop. Welcome. How's your day going? Welcome to the stream. Working on turning this guy into a VTuber right now. Hey, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. And happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a good one. Blend shape proxy. So we have the blend shape proxy. My day's been pretty bad because of school as usual. So is this poop? Is this the poop from a while back? Well, welcome back. Well, I'm sorry to hear school's ruining your fun. Animator is added to the model in the scene, the animation trim. So we can use an animator. Yeah. Got to be done with it though. Good, good. That's good to hear. So if we just drop in the FX there. Are you getting to, it must be summer break then? Going into car mechanics after in college. Yeah, I was kind of confused by that. So when you say college, what age range is that for you in the UK? Before we add any of this, I'm just going to export him right now and see what he does in VSF. College is 16 plus until you have finished your course. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, because I was like, because in here college refers to after high school, which is 18 or older. But I was always confused by that distinction. Okay, let's export it. Might take a while. Sometimes it does. Era VTuber camel case V underscore 1. Save. All right, sometimes this takes a little bit. It likes to re-import all the assets the first time. Do this. I don't know why. Oh, this instant coffee is not doing too great. Yucky. It's like mushroom coffee. Hello, Raikou. Welcome. I just looked at your lady talking. I'm dying. This is my little TikTok. Hot textures. Hey, that was the last time we worked Pixel. I need to be making more videos. I think I have the largest following on TikTok in terms of count. But I don't know how much that stacks up. Back to meetings. I was working on something in Blender yesterday for an hour, and then it randomly chose to turn off RTKY, and I forgot to save. No, the curse, the curse. Yeah, the habit of control adding or doing backup saves is a hard-earned one, a bloody achievement. Are there add-ons that autosave? There are autosave features in Blender. So if you go to Edit Preferences, there are autosaves right here. So you can change the timer right there. So potentially there's a file out there where it would save if you didn't have saving my work. Thanks for reminder. I don't know where it would save if you hadn't made a file yet. So, but it says it's got autosaves, and I believe they're like secondary Blender files usually. I wonder what happens to if you haven't made a file yet. Maybe it's like Sims overflowing your temp folders at some point. There's potential there. All right, so let's pop open. Wait, where's my file? Oh, that's right. Sometimes it just doesn't show up. There it is. Oh no, it's there. There it is. Okay. Now we're going to open VC Face. Now we can see that file. Then we can go here, grab the boy. Whoa, look at that shine. Ah. Also, the eyes are rolling back, which means we need to remove them from the thing. Um, okay, and the animator has done nothing in the scene. But this is not the latest version. Cute Durgan. Download. Gonna unpin this one. And throw it in 2023. What's this new VC Face app? Um, yeah, it seems there's an update. Hopefully, that means it will take better advantage of the things I'm using. But you never know. You never know. Especially with VC Face. Loaded them immediately. Nice. Okay, so clearly the animator has no impact, which is odd because it says that it should. It says that it should. I have the animator here. When I look at the documentation, close animation. Supports custom animations. Development. Big boob. Nice. They're just triggering buttons, so it's not necessarily not what I'm looking for. Hey there, GG Tallulah. Welcome. Tallulah. We're setting up a VTuber right now. Turning blend shape clips into animator parameters. So low res. I'm squinting. I'm squinting. Did you see my DMs, by the way? No rush. Just let me know when you can go over it. I know I left a lot. I will definitely take a look. I haven't yet. I was kind of absent yesterday. Um, but I will definitely be taking a look. I have a few commissions to go through. I know Silik offered up his spot. Um, so I should be able to take a look this week at your avatar or your VTuber. Um, but I just have to make sure I'm hitting some other checkpoints first. Um, and then Tallulah, yes, we're making a VTuber, so we're turning this guy here into a VTuber that we can control with our face. But we're just learning how to make certain things happen when we want them to happen. Because apparently we should be able to do that. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So that's good to know. We just add an animator directly to the mesh renderer, and we should be able to just copy and paste our logic from the FX layer. That's cool and sounds pretty hard to do. It definitely has its nuances, and it's been hard to learn over the years, but and there's always more to learn. I'm learning more right now. But it's fun. I've made a few. I do pretty much do this full time, uh, and I love it. I love it. I usually make VR chat avatars, and sometimes I'll convert them into VTubers as well. Just need some edits, small edits and things, and the MMD issue is really confusing us. Gotcha. Well, hey there, new one. Hello, hello. How you doing? Amazing. How are you? I'm doing quite well. Doing quite well. We're slowly figuring out optimal setup for changing VTubers. But I hope you're having a good Tuesday, Newen. Welcome to the stream. How long have I been doing this? How long I've been able to do this? So I've been doing some 3D work on and off for about 10 years now. Um, really only in the last 3 years have I kind of made it my main focus. Before I was doing like concept art and drawing, things like that. Yeah, 10 years, yes. Um, but it was very minor. It's really only the last 3 years that I switched over to doing VR. But I've been working in Unity for in some small ways for about that long. Unity and Blender. Um, yes, I am old. I can now use the phrase for most of my 20s. All right, so we cannot have a top animator. That's the issue. Cannot have an animator there. But we can have an animator on the body. And that should give us all the control. Focused on it on the pandemic. Exactly, exactly. That was my super or what do they call that? Like time chamber moment. So let's duplicate our FX layer. I'm gonna move this down here. Say era VTuber. I'll drop this here. No, it's gonna confuse me. Let's rename this. Era VTuber body. Need to make his body. A lot of people started modeling in 2020. I mean, the popularity of VR chat seems to have had to have a direct correlation with COVID. Let me rename this. Can I not rename this right now? Hey, thank you for the follow, GG Tallulah. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Are you also getting into modeling and VR chat as well? You're in good company then, because we're all very into it here as well. I should be able to rename this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But clearly the animations themselves are not compatible with the current setup. So what we'll do is go to the body, grab this if we can, and we're just going to make a random clip here, random animation clip. VTuber animals. Chance, Blender, call, Blender, call. Can understand you pretty well. Good. I like your English. I'm not a native. Well, I'm able to understand you very clearly. I'm going to show up here more times. Please do. You're always welcome. You are always welcome to come by. Do an underscore. So it's at the top here. Then we're going to make one animation clip. Test. Drop it here. Select the boy or the body. The boy body. Well, maybe not. Let's not say that. We'll select the body. And we'll select test. And I'll hit record. And I just want to adjust the property here. Let's say blend shape. Anki. Interesting. Now, why can't I rename this? I was able to do this the other day. Hmm. so weird. So you usually go live every day or just on specific days? I pretty much stream my whole work week. I'm here Monday through Friday. Um, for pretty much 8 hours. I send the stream for lunch, but I come back, which I will be doing in about an hour. But I come back refreshed, ready to go. Select the property first. Yes, I should be able to do that. Why can't I rename this? Ah! Maybe this one doesn't have anything to rename because it's still saying body here. Oh, let's not look at that one. Let's look at this one. Oh, okay. So this one we can rename. Noise. Noise. Now we'd like to get all the animations from our previous avatar, VRChat avatar, into this VTuber version. But how do we maintain those connections? If I were just to take these folders and duplicate them, setting, then we move these down too far into here. When I go into this animator and I select this expression, it's still attached up there. Darn. Dang. Okay, that's okay. Good to figure that out. So we'll take the FX layer again. And now we got to rename a bunch of stuff. Call this era VTuber. Now, for character though, we only need the blend tree. We don't need any of these other layers. So we can do that, and that, because we're not making this for VRChat anymore. Please tell me I'm changing the right one. Yes, I am. Okay, so we just have these parameters and this tree. And now we just want to go through and rename them. Let me close this folder so I'm sure we're looking at the right thing. iGlow off on tail collider. Hello, Zays. Welcome. Do not know what you're saying, but I assume something fun. And oh, I clicked that one. We need clothing. The clothing. We'll go down the hierarchy. Era clothing 0 none. So that one, this one, should be replaced with this one. Oh, now when we click it, yes, it opens the correct one. He says hello in Russian. Oh, well, hello. Hey there, Angel Star. I'm doing well. I saw your little physics sim that you're starting. It's looking good. Very cool stuff. We're just going through this and replacing a bunch of. Wait, Royal. Oh, that's confusing. Naming. Let me back up one. This should be Casual Royal. Wow. Who thought of that naming convention? It was me. It was me. Off, off, on, and on. Boom. Back again. Well, it was supposed to be a ball rolling down, but it took too long to render, so I gave up. Didn't give up, but I decided not to run the animation. Well, if you're rendering it in cycles, it will certainly take quite a while. I would recommend doing it in EV first. The shirt's done. We do the pants. Casual off. We already did that one. So now we're just looking at the royal clothing. And we want to say royal casual off. And crown of jewels. Royal crown off. Royal crown on. Tunic. Tunic off. Tunic on. Wow, this is going to take a while. Surely I could have. There's probably some add-on to make this really simple. All right, but that should be everything. I think I have now done everything. And we can check just by clicking these and making sure they open the correct folder. Yes. Nice. Okay, we're good. Nice. I actually made it 4,000 samples, so that's why. Yes, that would certainly take a while. That's one of those all-night renders. Yeah, like I love the realisms of cycles, but I'll choose E every time because it's fast. More detailed. I'll fix it. Oh well, good luck. I definitely wish you well with your experiment. There's no rush. I don't mean to put make you feel rushed in any way. Expressions, we don't need this folder because the expressions are determined by the webcam. So we can delete that. And now all the animations for our VTuber have been converted. We delete this test one as well, which I believe is just floating in here. No, it's gone. Okay. And let me go back up. I'm going to rename this to Era VTuber Blend Tree. Rename this VTuber. Just gotta make sure I leave some warning signs for myself. Do like Eevee, but when I'm rendering, I somehow noticed it crashed more on me in longer renders. Interesting. Random side note from one silly user here. Gotcha. Looks like I'm being the problem child for you again. No, no, no. I mean, this is the work. This is the job. This is what I'm getting paid for. So you don't have to do this. Now, we do need a right, okay. So confusing, but that makes sense. Okay, we can do that. What do I even pay you for? All right. To dive deep into Lentree's animation. Now, my good friend Kai sent me a very cool item that I'll probably buy right now. I believe it was Kai. Yes. Controller editor. Transition states I would like some renaming features. Editing shared conditions. That's cool. Unity. Rename animation. Add-on. Asset. I swear I must have saved something. 1 second. I think it was on Twitter. There's something I saw recently that was specifically for renaming. Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, it's work in progress. Fix broken animation paths. That's exactly what I want. Target into the editor. For what? Where is this? Dread it. Yes. Yes. Okay. Dread scripts. Where? This is what I was just looking at. On the Gumroad. I do want this. anything to speed up animations. I don't know what to say, so I'm just gonna watch. No need to say anything. I mean, I'm definitely a work stream, so um, I don't. I'm not expecting anyone to entertain me. But I'm certainly grateful for the company. There we go. Okay, purchase successful. Download. Look at that. Powerful. This person's a genius. Ooh, password creator. Okay, good. That's the one I wanted. All right. I'll just close that for now. I got another 30 minutes. Then we're good. But if this works well, it will save me 30 minutes of work, at least. Um, so, tools. Tread tools. Controller editor. Ah, okay. Hopefully I didn't show that on stream. Checking out. No, my library. That's what it is. Oh my lord. Where is it? Control. I totally did, didn't I? Oh well. Don't take that from me. Where's the package? Uploaded. There we go. Bam. Boom, boom. There we go. All right. So now, no active machine. This machine. The machine. Perfect. So, states, transitions, shared conditions, controller. Copy current layer to controller. That's pretty handy. I'm mostly concerned with are my animation clips. I was watching someone do this. Someone's doing this. Let's help Dread. You can now fix broken animation paths by simply drag and dropping the target into the editor. Gotcha. That's so annoying. Okay. I see now. Auto animation repath. Where is this? I bought this tool specifically for this. All right. Bummer. Not a direct fix. But this will be useful later. Not useful right now. Worth getting, but not what we need. What we need is boy here. This animator, VTuber. Right, I remade that in the blend tree. We did the test. Gotcha. Delete this one. No, just let's double check that first. Yes. Delete this one. Bam. And this is the one we don't drag onto the body. Okay. This is the one we updated. And this is the one with our broken links. Fair Tools, do you have anything to say about that? States, controller. Nope. So for these animations, we want to look at them here. Clothing 0 none. So this link is missing. It's because of the test one that I did. Go back in, recreate that test clip. It's just interesting how it's looking for it, because basically all animations in Unity are just a directory. Bam, this. And so if we went to VTuber, went to the body, found the test clip, hit record, and we changed something on the body like that. Gotcha. It's just blank. It doesn't actually have a path, which makes sense because it's directly on that object. So let's test. That should mean that all we need to do to make this work is delete that. And now when we go to wings off, it should be working. Nice. But we're in business now. We're in business. We're working. Just delete that, and boom, it worked. Now we can ignore. It's interesting that it says, "Oh, body." Oh, how about this body? It's just the path. It's not saying it, but there's a slash in front of it, and then it's searching body. Okay. You can tell because it moves to the left a little bit. But now we have to do this a bunch. Oh. This is one of those moments where I'm sitting here thinking, like, I wonder if I could just ask GPT to make a script for me. He's deleting everything. Die. Die. Oh Lord, this is gonna take some time. A stay in reality, a loose thread on the tapestry of life, one that is not apart, but is separate. To pull me would be to unravel everything. I am what you cannot remove. It reminded me of I was just reading that in that voice. I forget his name, but he's a YouTuber where he'll like insert himself into like local news reports. Like a sinkhole opened up at a local Arby's. Yeah, next time I'm coming back to this problem, I will definitely see if I can get a script made by ChatGPT. Oops, that one I didn't even do. I just want to double click. That just sounds. Sometimes it it sticks on my keyboard, and it's like, then I have to do it. The little key doesn't go the way in. Oh, die, keyboard, die! All right, but now we should be able to preview them. Noise. Okay. So now we've taken our prior animations, we've made them work. Now we need to set up our controls to make the VTuber work with the same blend. So what we need to do is create an empty called parameters. And in here, we're going to create annoyingly a one for each. Actually, before I do that, delete something VSF parameter. Set param from transform. No, something like that. VSF toggle. Oh, what was it? What was in that tutorial? I can really. It was one of those things I did myself to get through monotonous work myself, which should be really easy to change, but for some reason they're not. Oh no, it's the hardest thing to do because it just feels we're not built for tedium. Just watching that video. History. This one. And then drag in our angry. And then eight eyes. Now, set animator. Set Animator. VSF set. Interesting. Most of these are bools. Well, actually, they're all floats. But we're treating them like Boolean values. Target animator. This one. Parameter name should be era slash to start. Value we will be setting it to should be 0 to start with. Drink water! How dare you? I shall drink agua. Big mug. Big mug. Should be 300 plus points as we are helping you. Tail collider, I don't think we have to worry about, but definitely clothing as a value itself. Okay, perfect. Then shirt and hoodie. And then pants. Cape. Tunic. Pants. Glasses. All right. Is that my mom's flower jug? Blasphemous. Not break time yet. Breaks out the whip. Mom's flower jug? It could be. It's some sort of military mug. Pride of the Corps. I don't know. Now for each of these, we actually need to put in the correct name. Oops. Clothing. Slash hoodie. Pants casual slash pants. Then royal. Cape. Royal. Slash tunic. Era. Royal. Slash pants. Pantaloons. If you add a cone object, you can make the tip of the cone rounded. Oh, interesting. That's neat. And the prefab settings or the primitive parameters. Oh, if you add a cone object, can you make the tip of the cone rounded? You can add a subdivision and then crease the bottom, getting a blend shape per clothing item. This is the workaround to make the logic from the VRChat avatar. Well, it's not a workaround. It's to make the clothes behave properly. And this is how VSF wants you to set up the animations. We get an additional object per parameter. Excuse me. All right, so in order for this to work properly, everything should be enabled at the start. Everything's enabled. Keep it simple. Everything's enabled, which means for all of these, they will all set them to off. So when these are enabled, they set the float to 0. Yes. I'm gonna put this up here. Then we turn them off. And we go to Era VTuber and we create another animator, which is Era VTuber temporary. Put it right here. We're going to do folder in this folder, and we'll call this parameter temp toggles. Okay. Probably should be a better naming convention. Temporary or call it master. Master toggles. All right. And that one's assigned, and it's going to control the values here. And we just need a toggle for each one. So first we'll create animation, and we'll say master toggles. We'll just drop it in. And grab this, record, and for all of these, we'll just do. Okay. Perfect. And now, actually, should they be on? Yeah. So by default to be off. Should they be? Okay. So I believe it only works when they're on, and the default state will be they are off. But the animation turns them on. Okay, yes, that makes sense. So now we need one for each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And one at a time. So this will be the cape. We delete everything else in the cape clip. And then clothing. Clothing will have a few actually, because that's the only one with multiple values. We'll come back to that. There's three clothings. There's clothing not, clothing casual, and clothing royal. Royal is 2, Or no? Ooh, interesting. No, this should be 1 for all of them. Boom, boom, boom. But we need an additional value in here, which is when we do this, when we hit the toggle. Okay, this isn't that bad. If I ever want to change it in the future, this is actually pretty straightforward. Because I can basically just make 1. Okay, nice. The key piece of information has been revealed. So we select this one. We want to get the clothing casual cord. We go to the clothing value. Nope, wrong thing. Go to the clothing parameter, and we want this value as well. That's the key thing. So we can animate this value. I wonder if we could even animate the name. That would be super interesting. Okay, then we can copy this. And this should actually be 1 in this case. None, it's 0. And for royal, it's 2. Awesome. Oh, and then for the master toggle, oh, it's going to be off. Okay. So we did cape clothing. Now we're on to crown. Boom. And then we're on to eye glow. Boom. And then glasses. Boop. Goody. And then we have pants. I didn't mean to duplicate that. Bye-bye. Pants. Boom. 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 Then tunic. Boom. 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 And lastly is wings. Okay, let's review them. Perfect. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can delete this. We can remove from the main point this value. Now we're finally back to the top of the character, and we can add VSF animations. And in here, we want a blend shape for each of these. So we'll go to blend shapes, blend shape, blend shape. And we'll say cape toggle. Or should it be toggle cape? We'll just say cape. That's all it's going to do. Everything's on to this one. So actually, it should just be cape off. set our casual clothing. Casual. The reason I'm doing it like that is hopefully they'll be next to each other. And clothing. Royal. Then everything else is just crown off. Or maybe it should be royal. Crown off. Because I believe it puts it in alphabetical order. So this should make it a little bit more organized once it's in VC face. Hopefully. Oh, this is armor. We just did the shirt. No, did not do the shirt yet. But it's actually probably this list. This is a list, if I remember correctly. Yeah. This is probably how it's organized in once we're in VC face. Doesn't matter. Okay. Create another clip. This time we're doing R tunic off. And lastly, wings off. All right. So we made some stuff. We don't have to do anything here besides make the clip. And then in the character here, now we grab them, grab those values. So we'll start with okay. I'm gonna go back really quick. Blend shape list for the cape off. I would like to rename that to R cape off. Then the list, I want to move it down. So that it's R cape off, and then we have the crown right here. So all the royal stuff's right next to each other. And then with the wing and eye glow next to each other. And then here, these ones are the main clothing options. Clothing none, casual, or royal. But all right. Yes. Yep. Okay, perfect. Then we go back here and we start selecting them. Nice, because now it's all organized nicely. None. Okay. Then we just drop in the appropriate clips. Casual, royal, high glove, wings. Still got a Patreon? It's a good question. I think I deleted it. I'm not actively on Patreon. I was thinking about doing it for a while, but I'm just too focused. It's not. It doesn't fit what I'm doing just yet. Maybe once I start coming out with products regularly, I will for Gumroad. I've had some thoughts on it. I've been wanting to make a store. And I've been really focused on the thought of like adding them at making avatars. I do want to make avatars. I realized like I should just make really cool accessories first. So that's what I'm gonna start with. And I'll be making some of those. Maybe once I'm doing that consistently, I'll bring back the Patreon. Okay. What would you do if VR chat suddenly shut down? Um, there are other VR related companies. Like if VR chat suddenly shut down, everyone would either go back to or switch to Chill Out or Neos. You know, they'd all go filter in other VR spaces, and I would just follow them along. But if VR itself, or like I couldn't make avatars for people, I would just try to get a job in the game industry making characters. And if VR fails, you always go back to Second Life and the likes, just to get lower poly. Exactly. All right, we should be good now. Oh, one thing we have to do is remove from one of these the eyes. Look at. Ah, no, that's a Unity thing. We need to go here. Hmm. I have to make sure this doesn't mess up VR chat. I do need to go to the head. People still pay mad cash for second stuff. Absolutely. Um, I would like to forget about SL. And there are, to be frank, there are a lot of ways to make money as a creator online that can be that I can utilize my skills for. The only good thing about SL was I made money working at a club for a while. Oh, interesting. That's kind of a fun metaverse tale. Let's go check the VR chat scene really quick. I just want to double check the eye look situation. It did look weird last, but it worked fine in VR, so this may not be a good test to do. Yeah, he still goes cross-eyed, but he looks fine when we're in VR chat. So ignore that. It is working as expected. And if we go back to here, no need to save anything there. Looks exactly the same. But now we've removed them, so VR or ah, Interesting. I did add extra eye bones. But drama, then weird people became a problem. The owner said F this and closed. Yeah, I think yeah, there's a lot of interesting communities online. But I got paid the equivalent of a dollar a house to log on, go ahead and pop on if something was up. Okay. Dollar an hour, gotcha. So should be good to go. Yeah, let's export and test. Ooh, 12:13 already. Okay, we're gonna see how this test goes, and then we'll probably take lunch. Again, for anyone new to the stream, I do 2 streams per day and take a break. I'll be doing that in just a little bit. But first, let's see. Once this is done, we'll take a look. All right. So export should be good. Let's go ahead and pin this to our taskbar. Why does it think I'm talking? There we go. It's just because nothing had made any sound. There's no spring bones yet, but everything's looking good here. We are in the casual outfit. We also need to pee, apparently. Interesting. That's more of a locking in the head than a deal. Then the legs don't do that. They do now. Yeah, that's more of a resetting the position thing. Expressions. All right, so we have all these expressions. Now, should just be able to hit them. Wish I could just select them. Wouldn't that be handy? All right. I think I'm going to cancel that, actually. Expression settings. We're going to start with the clothing. And this order in VSF is nothing like I expected. Yeah, we want to turn the transition time all the way down. And we'll have this one be 1. This one be 2. This one be 3. Okay, so we should just be able to, yep, nice, noise. Beautiful. Right, and right now they're additive. We need them to be base values. That way they'll override each other. Very important. Not an expert on digigrade kinetics, but probably okay if he says so. we do have the eye glow. Those ones we'll save for a little bit later. Let's focus on, let's see. We'll do the top row will be 7. And unfortunately, Era, you will also have to do this setup. So I will record this section because for some reason it doesn't save. I didn't turn the pants off. Ooh, I may be missing that one actually. I think I am. Okay, so can't turn the pants off. This part I'm familiar with. Good, good. Did I click off of it? I can't turn them back on. Interesting. Because they all need to be base instead of additive. I think. Oh, did I click notepad? No one. Interesting. Ah. Okay, I see. The problem is that right now I'm doing it based by turning the game objects on and off. But what I should do is just change the value on the parameter. And that will be a lot easier. Because right now the game object is getting turned back off, but it doesn't reset the value. All right. Okay, I'm going to go on lunch, and when we get back, we are going to dive. Love the mouth movements. Going to look so much better than my current. Good. Good. Happy to hear that. Yeah, the eye glow looks really fun in there. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, everyone, again, for anyone new, I'm just taking a lunch break. I'll be back in about an hour. We'll get back into it. But Snardom, Era, who was hanging out with me? We had Kami come by. We had Poop come by. Thank you for coming by, Poop. Val was out there. Arctic, if you're out there, thanks for hanging out. Angle, thank you for coming by. Good luck with your project. And Gigi Talua, thank you for the follow. Thank you for coming by. Newan, Areku. And yeah, I think that was it for this morning. Pixie, if you're out there, hope you're having a good work here. And then Kaiser Punk, at the very beginning of the stream. But I love you all. Thank you all for hanging out with me this morning. Make my morning, and I'll be back very soon. And we'll finish up the VTuber for Era. So see you then. Bye. Bye. You too, Newan. Thank you.